Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now.
Like it's not.
You ain't got nothing to say? Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop doing this. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. Crazy. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up? It's the CO Show Podcast. I am your host, CO. I don't know which one of these cameras I'm supposed to be looking at, but I'm going to just look at both of them like LeBron did when he shot that shot, and he said he saw 3 rims at the same time, and he aimed for the middle one.
I know, that's right.
Gigi, how you doing today?
Doing
Fresh out the
good.
bed.
I know, right, man? It's been a crazy, crazy weekend, but God is great. I made some money.
All
the time.
Good, man.
Okay,
All
say that
the
part.
time.
Yes.
How you doing, Julio?
I'm doing awesome.
Fresh out of work?
I know that's right.
yeah,
And we
pretty much.
matching.
Y'all matching today. I missed the green
shit.
memo.
Trying to get that money.
Green. Maybe
Money
that's why my
green.
pockets is empty.
Boy, bye. See,
I
I'll
got
be
on all
flexing.
black.
Mr.
And
Macy's.
it is stressful out here in this world. Let me tell y'all that. Anyway. It is Monday. How y'all doing today,
So
man?
how you was doing? You skipped out. How was your weekend?
My weekend was cool. I'm trying to go see Candyman.
Okay, I haven't seen Candyman
Candyman
yet.
came
No, I
out
haven't
on
seen it.
Friday. Someone
Okay.
spoiled it for me online, but I'm still gonna watch it. She basically stated
She
that
tell the movie on Facebook.
all the black people, all
No,
the white.
don't say. I don't want to know. I don't
Yeah.
want to know anything.
I read it, but I'm still going to see the movie because I'm a big fan of Candyman. Any of y'all who don't know what that is, it came out back in the day. I was a young buck when
was
it came
such a
out
fan.
initially. What was it, the mid-90s?
It had to be
Late
mid-90s or
I'm
even
gonna need you to
early
refer
90s.
to something else. You done said that name twice. We're not gonna go with the third time.
I
so.
know that's right.
What?
I don't play about him.
It's 5 times.
Yes,
Oh,
it's 5
see?
times, but I don't
Yeah,
play
no,
about him.
fuck that.
Never
Oh,
play
yeah,
about
it
that
came
shit.
out.
Fuck around. Find
First
out
of
it's
all,
real.
you have to be looking in a mirror also
Yes,
when
you
you
do.
say it.
We ain't gonna
That's
figure
true.
out there's a glitch in this shit.
Look at Julio scared of the possibility
Fuck
of a
that.
glitch in Candyman.
2.0.
That's three.
Candyman 2.0. He's scared of. I'm done.
Anyway, yes, gotta see that. Came out back in the day. And the funny thing is, even looking at the trailer, there's a ton of black people in this version.
Yes.
The one that came out a long time ago, I know Candyman himself is black.
I'm
Right.
gonna choke one of these motherfuckers out on
But
the set today.
I just remember it being a bunch of white people in the actual movie, but shout out to them, man.
And he
Candyman.
hot too. This new actor, Candyman. You're just fine.
That's what we check out at here. Give her a moment. Hold on.
You
I got enough
fine,
cord
brother.
over here to put this shit around somebody's neck.
Holla at your girl.
See why we gotta stop having beautiful people? I forget to say beautiful people one Monday. And
It's
she
up.
introduces a third man to the podcast and tells 2 men how he is. Okay. Anyway.
And
You're
our
a fucking
viewers.
psycho. Look at you. Anything for some fame, huh?
Anyway, a lot of us have been waiting.
Petty.
A lot of us have been. I was really joking. A lot of us have been waiting on Kanye to bring out his album.
Yes.
I went to the second listening session that
Me
Kanye
too.
had. Did you ever go?
Fuck no.
Okay. So I was supposed to go to the first one. Didn't have time. And people got back to me about it saying, oh, well, he didn't perform. He stood down there in the middle of the arena on the floor. He just kind of chilled out. He didn't really say anything. And he just played the music. And for me, I was like, well, I didn't miss anything, whatever. Like, I don't really find it okay to go stand around and listen to music.
But isn't that a listening party? I've never been to a listening party where the artist like steps out and performs. Sometimes I've been to listening parties where they just vibe in the room.
Well, the
and
difference
just
in a
vibe with
listening
you.
party, his was at Mercedes-Benz.
Exactly, but it's
Theater.
still a listening
But
party.
the aura for a lot of people, especially people are usually groupies. So the aura for a lot of people in going to listening parties is, it's like you'll be in a room a little bit bigger than this one,
Yeah.
depending on the artist. And you'll just be sitting there kicking it. So you could probably, like, if you have any input, you could be like, oh, I really like this, da-da-da. Or they'll ask you,
yes.
like Kanye standing his ass in the middle of the arena, and you ain't talking to him. Y'all just listen to music. Cool. You can buy merchandise. Love that part. I did go to the second listening party
Yes.
that he had here, and I more went because I was like, man, I missed the first one. And then it started being hyped up because you saw all the artists who were in town
Yes.
for the listening party. Even
Yes.
the Locks came right after they
Heck
beat
yeah.
Dipset.
Heck yeah.
And then
And
someone,
then JayZ's private jet.
JayZ's private jet
Ooh.
landed. Well, it was Puma, which is JayZ's private jet.
We know what it was.
Landed in Atlanta, and I'm like, oh shit, this just became serious. Like, Jay-Z gonna be here. And for me, it was like, okay, it ain't a concert, but if possibility of these people would come out and maybe perform, cool, we could do that.
Yes.
I'll go watch that. I went for 30 minutes. I listened to about 4 songs. It came to me that nobody's performing. And so I said, good night.
Oh, see ya.
that would have been the only reason I would have probably regretted not going. Jay got up there and did something, and Baby, Lil Baby,
Right.
whoever went. Then maybe I would have been like, damn,
You would have felt the way.
I should have kicked out a little couple dollars and went to it.
And went. I mean, the tickets was okay. They weren't off the chain or anything.
It
like
wasn't, but then I started thinking about how much money he made from all you Negroes that went to listen to music.
was
$12
amazing.
million up
It was a
until this day.
vibe.
All the merchandise sold. And then I honestly, looking at it, I don't like the symbol he put on the shirt with the cross and the star.
Seeing if you would have been there, you could have told him how you felt.
Nah, because I can't scream that loud.
Oh, here he go, Lord.
I did go.
He's not with me. He's in the middle of the crowd, so I'm going to scream
I
over.
did not pay for the tickets. A lot of times I'm not going to pay for the tickets.
Right.
And that just is what it is. It's a perk of working
Yeah.
in my arena, whatever.
Right.
But I
missed
would
that
have
shit.
paid. It wasn't but like $75 even.
Nah,
if
it
you
was
did
cheaper
wanna
than
go.
that.
It's like $50.
But I'm talking
right?
about if you wanted like
Oh.
good seats.
I had a good seat.
I even had the VIP, which I'm like, you know what? I'm
$30 bucks.
I'm like the most non-VIP person that I know.
Okay.
Like, I don't really care to sit in VIP because I do go in there for the food. And
Okay.
I grab it and I leave.
And roll out.
So I can get it for free.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, a couple of times I've been in any VIP section. I sat my ass there because I don't usually get it, so I enjoyed the couple of times
I
I
always
ever
do
had that type of
VIP with
experience.
Kanye West.
Well,
Shout out to my dudes back in the day. Every dude.
Well, yeah,
Kanye
man.
West concert.
I'm bringing him up. Sorry about that. I'm bringing him up because Kanye's album dropped Sunday morning yesterday. Unbeknownst to Kanye's knowledge, which I guess his record label says, my nigga, you are
I
taking
call
too long.
bullshit.
I know that's right.
No, I believe. Like, I don't think
Nah.
Kanye runs around and says things that he doesn't really believe.
Yes.
Or he doesn't like. If he says, "Hey, they dropped that album without my knowledge. I didn't approve it." I get it.
Yep.
But I also understand what happened when you turn in your album. They've given you a check already.
Yes.
So you've come to an agreement and signed paperwork that says,
This
"Hey,
is the album.
when I turn this album in, you can drop it." Now he may want say so because Kanye's that I want to be in the
Creative.
room. Not even creative, just more like his business side of him says, "Hey, I'm important enough. I belong in the rooms of making decisions beyond just the actual music of how my music gets presented to people."
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's done a hell of a job. They said he's grossed $12 million up until this point. He did do a show in Chicago where he built the house that he grew up in.
Fire. Literally.
His mom's name is Donda. That's who the album's titled after.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought who she's been to every other show, I think, so far, the other 2 shows in Atlanta.
Yes.
Kim K with him.
Kimberly.
Now, I'm looking online, and I'm like, okay, Kanye's on fire. He has red leather on, which he should probably be on fire if he has
Kim
red
had on a
leather
wedding
on
dress.
in August. And Kim K has on a wedding dress. Now, I'm like, well, child support must be great in that household. You know they're not getting child support.
They don't need, neither one of them fucking
They don't
need
need
it.
it. She made her man a billionaire.
Well,
She's set for life.
well, we don't want to go to she made her man a billionaire, but
She
we won't
did.
talk about that
She
another
didn't
time.
make him no
She
fucking billionaire.
She definitely alley-ooped.
How you gonna make another
Do y'all
motherfucker billionaire
research?
and you ain't a
Because he
billionaire?
went bankrupt. Did y'all not read the history and what was going on with his finances?
How you make somebody else a billionaire but you
Because
can't
she
make
loaned her husband
She didn't
$1
make him
million
She still didn't make him a
into
billionaire.
his Yeezy brand, and it helped pipe him up. She,
She
definitely
ain't a
assessed.
billionaire. How the fuck you gonna make
It
another
don't
person a
matter.
billionaire?
Sis
Yes, it do.
alley-oop. Thank you, Kimberly. Kanye says thank you as well.
Good
Sometimes you
night.
sometimes you gotta let
Continue.
people argue
That's
for a
love.
while.
That's love right there.
Sometimes you gotta let people argue for a while. But yes, I do remember Kanye was saying that he was broke.
Thank you.
He was $56 million or something like
In
that
debt.
in debt. I do not know that I believe that. I do think that Kanye is one of those people who would say, oh, I'm in debt. But he's probably learned from the school of JayZ. When you're doing business, you never use your own cash.
Fuck no.
So you use other people's cash. So he probably was saying that he was broke. I do not believe Kanye was broke at that time. He may not have been a billionaire, but his brand that made him a billionaire is Yeezy, which is his own genius who got him to that point. As far as him being hot, I do think her being his wife, you will never get women to believe that a woman who's his wife didn't help him become who he is.
He even said it. I'm gonna find the audio.
Oh, I ain't saying she didn't help him along the way,
Yeah.
but she ain't the reason he's a billionaire.
I always ask myself the question of, would he be a billionaire without her?
Thank you.
Because if the answer is yes, then what did she really do? If the answer is yes, and I think he would be a billionaire without her, but that's just me.
I think it would took a little while.
I do think she's dope. I think he's dope. She's very business minded.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably a little too business minded. But I do think, I think they've helped out. I think he gave her street credibility, if that's a thing with Kanye West. And when I say street cred, not like hood niggas. I just mean more like,
ask that question.
it's more of a black people street cred. Like,
accepting her.
people want to be accepted. And I do think that they've not quietly, loudly made their own way in life, in like money and fashion. But he gave her credit. I mean, he gave her basically street cred in the fashion world. I think that about JayZ and Beyonce.
Yeah.
I think JayZ would have always been a billionaire. I think that she's helped him get there a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because it's like, my nigga, if Beyonce's walking in with me, yes, most people want to speak to me just to be in the room with Beyonce.
Hold on,
That
let's clarify. He ain't a billionaire on his own. They're a billionaire together. They're
No,
a
he-
billionaire couple.
No, he's a billionaire on
No,
his
he's
own.
a billionaire on his own.
He's one on his own. He is.
When did he cross
has to
that
be.
monument?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Him,
Maybe a year or two
Riri,
ago.
and Kanye. That's
This
all
was
going
before the
crazy.
pandemic.
Yeah,
There's a
everyone's
couple
going
of things I
crazy
know.
about this.
They're billionaires. I mean, he's one, and she's close. But
She's close. She's not a
there yet.
billionaire.
But he's
Oh,
one on
that
his
shit done
own.
doubled since I've seen it because it was like he was at 6 and she was at 4.
Well, he made a couple of moves. Like he did the when he sold Tidal.
Yep.
I think that got him like maybe $200-300 million at one time.
And it got the black
And I
community
think
upset.
That
Remember
might have put him over the top at that time.
Okay.
Like he makes great moves. Like
He does.
And
Awesome.
It doesn't hurt to have, like I said, Beyonce. You got a bad chick. You got one of the baddest women in the world. And it's like, bro, who's not going to meet with you?
Big
Who
facts.
does not want to do business with you? And I've seen it plenty of times. You go in these rooms with these people who control things. It's like they have family, they have wives, they have husbands, they have kids. And it's like, to be able to say, oh, I did business with Beyonce today. Like, that would make your family proud of their fan.
Yes.
And most people are fans of Beyonce.
Say that.
So it is what it is. That is what it is, man. But Julio sent something in the group chat today.
What you say? Popping it.
It was a video.
Remind me.
In the video, you didn't watch the video.
Oh, Lord. Remind me, bro.
It was a guy basically talking to a bunch of young ladies who look like they were all unemployed, or maybe they have OnlyFans accounts. Who knows? But we'll talk about it coming up in the next segment. We are back.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin Samuels was nowhere present in this conversation.
Not at all.
Just the spirit of Kevin Samuels is present in this conversation.
Let me hear this.
There was a podcast. I think it's called the Fresh and Fit or some shit like that podcast. I don't even know who's on it. There was a bunch of people sitting at the table, so I can't tell you who's like the main person on it or people on it.
Okay.
I think the
I
two
just
dudes
know
on the end
on
are-
one side, that part's kind of.
Iffy.
On one side, there was maybe 6 or 7 women who all look like they are unemployed. They probably just are the young thotties of the world. Instagram chicks, OnlyFans chicks. They have a place.
Like
Anyway,
the vaccine, I need proof.
all right. I don't know what they do for a
I
living.
need proof.
I'm just telling you, they don't
Really?
look like they work.
Come on.
Not anything substantial that has a retirement plan.
It's
Anyway,
racist.
no,
Bro, what the fuck?
it's kind of hard to be racist when they're the same
Evil
color.
Knievel couldn't have made that jump, man.
No, so then there was a guy on there. He had diamond watches, bracelets on, and he's speaking to them. He sounds like a West Coast guy. Don't know his name, don't know where he's from. And it's titled that he's a high value man and he's speaking to these girls. And they asked the young lady, like, what do you bring to the
Ex-drug
table?
dealer.
What do you bring to the table?
Don't make him not high value.
What do you bring to a man? And she's just like, well, it's just something nice for him to come home to. I look beautiful. And someone's got to make it a home. He's just got to bring in the bread. And the guy was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a high value man. And I will tell you, being attractive ain't shit. Like, it's just part of it. It's like there has to be much more to you than just being attractive. He's like, there's millions of women out here and they're attractive. Yeah. So it's like, he's like, what do you bring to the table? Do you inspire me? Do you have some ideas that could help my business or our business? Do you, like, what else do you bring to the table? Because that can't be it. And
looks alone or sex alone. No.
She's like, well, men just want someone to be pretty. They don't care about degrees. And he's like, no, I do. He said, yes, I do. He says, not all men. He says, but when you've been getting women, he said, when you've been getting women for a long time, he made the point of when you've been getting pretty women for a long time, there's no real high value to that.
To that no more.
Like, just your attraction ain't like what getting you signed up for this position.
Facts.
It ain't.
It's my personality.
It's more of what else you bring to the table. Like, and I will say, like, some people care about, did you go to college? Did you get a degree?
Yes.
And some
but it's
people
not
don't.
a deal breaker. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I
don't personally care about that. Like, who the fuck cares when you went to school? Like, you could be the librarian, and that would have been, like, to me, because you can be responsible. Can you take care of children? Are you trustworthy?
But you don't want a dingbat either, though.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think you would want just a.
Well, this young lady sounded like a dingbat. She sounded like a blonde. Because he asked her, he asked her what she brought to the table. And Julio can tell you.
Oh, no.
All right, so she kept saying she inspires, right?
Okay.
That shit sound amazing. You inspire. Okay. He was asking how.
Right.
All she kept saying was, I inspire. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't inspire. What do you do? Can you help with bringing a dream home, like the final pieces to it? Can you do that? Because that's what he's looking for.
Right.
From what the guy was explaining was, I need somebody to help out.
Yes.
Like, basically going back to the whole thing, the cooking cleaner, I can pay somebody for that. That's always the argument. Y'all want to bring shit that we can buy. Bring some shit we can't buy. We can't buy somebody with an idea. Because at that point, they can go get it themselves.
I don't agree with that either way.
We like the looks. That's not what we're saying. But beauty's an eye of the beholder. I may say, you know what? I only like X and Y and Z type of females.
Right.
She ain't that, then, okay, if
You
we just
cool
going
on
off looks, then you out of the fucking run-ins anyways. I mean, it's not me, but I'm just saying.
How I be. But I don't know. I think it's just that balance of everything. You want that all. I don't know. I just think people want a partner, and it's okay to say that. Like, I don't think just being beautiful should just pave the way. Oh, my bitch should be paid. Like, I don't think like that, especially right now because I'm dating people. But once I do find my husband and stuff like that, it is certain things that traditionally I'm looking for my husband to be that person, you know what I'm saying? And I compliment and add to that, but just think everything should just be smooth sailing and everything's on him. Nah, I had your back, like, for rainy days or whatever the case may be, but.
Do you like, to be your husband?
Yes.
Is your expectation that he pays all the bills?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's just my expectations. That's how I was raised. Like, that's what I seen growing up. So it's just like, I don't know. Like,
Are you
I don't
working?
know no other way. Yeah, and I'm working.
Okay, so you working, he paying all the bills. Let's say regular guy. Got a decent job in the 100,000s. What does he do for his retirement? Because he's paid all the bills and you've been saving all yours. How does that translate?
I don't know. I just got your back. When the rainy day happens or whatever the case may be, I got your back.
See, you don't have a plan for it.
I got your back.
You got to have a plan.
But
because
see,
you
that's
can't
where
tell
my
me you got
husband and my helpmate, that's where that would come from. I've never been married before, so I don't know that conversation. I can't have that full-fledged conversation with you. All I know is that's just my expectation coming in as a single woman, what I've been taught, what I've learned, whatever conversation that I'm having with my partners now that I date. That is kind of the conversation we had, that they want to be the providers. They know when it gets to that step, or if we are making it to that step, they already know that. It's not a guesstimation like, we're going to split this 50-50. It's not. I'm providing for you. That's why I'm grinding now, whoop, whoop, to get to the whatever, to do what I got to do, because that's his vision of a husband.
I think it's funny because Julio's married and Gigi's not. And I think it's fine that Gigi has those expectations.
Yeah, it's just
and I even think it's fine when I hear young men say, oh, I want to be a provider.
Right.
I think at some point, not everybody reaches the point of being able to take care of everything. So at some point, I guess Julio speaking from a reality sets in.
Okay.
Just a regular guy, not money wise high value at the point we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think where he's speaking from is reality sets in at some point, and he may not be able to do all of those things.
And that's fine, but that's why you got to find a wife. Like, I agree with y'all. That has to be more than just the pretty face. She got to be a hustler too, grind if that time comes or whatever. But I bet when that time comes, you can fully provide. I think you will fully provide with no problem.
Oh, I've already said
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
trying to get my wife to a point
Yeah.
where she can be a stay-at-home mom.
See?
But
And
that
ain't
takes
nothing wrong with that.
But here it goes. I know without a doubt, if I woke up tomorrow and could not walk and talk, she can
here
go
I
get a
am.
job and take care of the house
Here
and
I
keep
am.
that bitch running with no
Tag
fucking
me in,
flaws.
coach. Tag me in, coach, because I got us.
But the women on these shows can't fucking do it.
Well, that was one of her things. Is the young lady?
Yeah, they got to be about it now.
The young lady did not have a job.
Because I think Savannah will have LeBron's back.
Nah,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
With what?
Funny,
I do.
Funny
I think she would have his back.
Funny you should name that because I started thinking about the women in these high value men lives.
Yes.
Savannah Brinson,
Yes.
Snoop's wife.
Yes.
Um,
Soldiers.
who?
I think they are ride or dies. I think they are
I
soldiers.
thought you meant
think if
Soulja
it
Boy. I
get
was like,
real.
what the fuck?
No, what I'm
I
saying
was
is
gonna say, when
ride or
did
die,
Soulja
real
get
women.
married?
Solid.
Women I've seen, Dr. Heavenly,
Yes.
the lady here.
Yes.
Quinn Watson,
Yep.
the lady who's a realtor.
Quinn, yes.
Women
are
who
great
work in
examples.
radio around town, not naming names, but y'all know who I'm probably speaking of.
Okay.
Just different women who got to hustle and grind to themselves
Yes.
that ain't just a pretty face but have talents.
Right.
You would fit in that because you have hustle.
Yeah.
But these broads want to sit in the
So you saying
sections.
they the ones, they're not even going to have his back. If things get shady, they're gone.
They just want trips to Dr. Curves and a fucking bag.
Ah, well. And I can't vouch for them sisters.
Well, I look at them kind of how I used to look at like Evelyn, beautiful lady.
Talking about Lazada?
That's my
Lazard,
girl
whatever
now.
her name is.
That girl, but she's a hustler at this
She
point in
is.
life. I don't
She's
know
a
what she was
hustler.
prior.
At this point, in
Yes.
life. Evelyn used to date Antoine Walker.
Yep.
Antoine Walker made, I think, somewhere around $110 million during his career.
Shit, I thought it was more than that, but hey.
Antoine Walker bought Evelyn a store. I'm guessing it did not work out because when she got on Basketball Wives, it was post Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker spent all of his money and was broke. I think he was playing overseas or something like that.
Damn.
So she just kind of moved on to the next guy.
Carl Crawford.
And that's kind of where the young ladies we're speaking about,
That's how they
kind of the
move.
path. It's just kind of like, this is my retirement plan, this guy.
Oh.
And the guy asked him, so you just really want to be a slave to a man? Like, that's your retirement plan, is trying to go be a slave to some nigga who just takes care of you
Because at the end of the
versus
day,
actually working.
when he stopped paying, like he stopped putting money in your checking account. He stopped that fucking whatever his transfers that's automatic or doing it himself.
You
He
got
stopped
to
that
be good yourself.
and then ain't giving you cash. So now you have no access to his money. You got to do what he say. Because you don't have shit to fall back on. None of the properties in your name. You're not married. Even if you are, he's already squared away a fucking prenup that fucks you out of that because you were too
Lord.
stupid to go get one. You were so concerned about being that trophy wife.
Right.
Cool. Now your ass gonna be on the shelf just like a trophy.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a trophy wife.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a stay-at-home wife.
Not at
No.
all.
I think a lot of women want it. I
Yeah.
just don't think that women truly know what it takes to be a stay-at-home wife.
So what do y'all think it takes to be a stay-at-home?
Like-
what is the missing puzzle that?
Like when I watch Kevin Samuels, he talks to people. He always asks people like, "Was your mom one?" And a lot of people say no.
Yeah.
And he looks at them and said, "Look, you weren't raised to be a stay-at-home wife." And I think people get beside themselves when he says it, but I understand it because there's a certain level of sacrifice as a person that you have to do to be a stay-at-home wife.
Say
I
that
can-
part.
I can
It's like
speak
you
on that
have
one.
goals and dreams. Now you gotta do what the fuck I need you to do
For the
You-
family
for the
unit.
family.
For the family.
For the family, and that's it. Like, you need to be where I need you to be when I need you to be there.
Yeah.
And it sound good because when you're talking about the trips, the shopping, the brunches,
The
and
ups.
me shopping for designer,
Right.
all that sound good.
Right.
And even if he never has a downside to making money and he always is up financially, there's a other side of it that I do not think people are ready for.
Yeah. And a lot of it got to do, they may not be home all the time.
Especially
maybe lonely.
Especially this generation. And that's a whole nother conversation.
It sure is.
Generation. It's different. It is what it is. I think that in about 10 to 15 years, just looking at the amount of people who don't want to work, it's gonna be some sad shit.
It's funny. I had that thought in the car. I was like, give it about
Really?
20 years
Yeah.
and watch these same females. It's gonna be
I
sad.
don't even
out
think
there.
it's just
Damn.
female. When I say that, I'm talking about men and women.
Weird, because I was about to say,
That's some
can
of
I
the
be
ladies.
honest?
There's
It's
some
some
sorry people out
men
there.
that want to be chased as well. And
And
it's some
taken
men that
care
want to be
of.
taken. Thank you, CO.
Yeah,
So
man.
y'all talking about us. I done ran to some brothers. They looking at me like I'm the token out.
I mean,
I'm
but
like,
I
ain't
will.
the token out the hood yet,
I
baby.
will say this: for women walking around like, "Oh, we getting money, we got that bag, we doing it." Like, you think you a man? Okay, let's
Okay.
switch roles.
Yep.
Let me go shopping.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep.
I make sure dinner cook because I can actually cook,
And
bro.
that's what the dudes be doing, trying to earn
Yeah.
their keeps in my
Like,
heart. Nah,
you
nigga.
You want to be a man?
Nah.
Switch roles. Trading
Places.
places. Shout out to Usher, man.
You get bumps with that?
Ah, here you go, nigga.
Hey, man. It's a
Disgusting.
different
It
day and
is.
time. I think a lot of people, men and women, not just women, young men and young women who want the easy way out of things.
Yes.
I think that
Popcorn generation.
it's because we used to be called the Googleites. Like, we wanted to Google everything.
Oh,
we know.
yeah.
Now I call it the YouTube people.
The
'Cause
YouTubers.
People like, they need to know something, they get on YouTube. Anything they want to know, it's like, it's got to be a video on YouTube
And
for
they
it.
document every single thing. It's just damn.
Hey, man, next week I'm going to come here and I'm going to talk to y'all about Farrah Abraham. I saw
Oh,
a
yes.
video about her. We're not going to talk about it today, but it's going to be the first
good
thing we
topic.
talk about on the next show. Gigi, let them know where they can find you at. That's
All
our
right,
time.
well, make sure you follow me at JIGI_DNIRO, baby. I won't buy it.
All right. You can find me at JULIO_ATO. It's Jordan's handle on this bitch.
You know what I just thought about? I fuck up my own Instagram because I be listening to y'all.
Oh,
And when
my
y'all-
God.
It's like I'm a child
Hey,
in
he in there
elementary
like,
school.
it won't bite, it won't bite,
And
it won't
I'm
bite. What do I say?
HIJK.
Hold on, wait.
I know there's some dots in here.
It's a dot somewhere in
Again,
this.
mine is at the.co.show. Again, that's at the.co.show. We out.
Peace.